Proverbs chapter 31. The words of King Lemuel, the utterance which his mother taught him. What, my son, and what, son of my womb, and what, son of my vows? Do not give your strength to women, nor your ways to that which destroys kings. It is not for kings, O Lemuel, it is not for kings to drink wine, nor for princes intoxicating drink, lest they drink and forget the law, and pervert the justice of all the afflicted. Give strong drink to him who is perishing, and wine to those who are bitter of heart. Let him drink and forget his poverty, and remember his misery no more. Open your mouth for the speechless, in the cause of all who are appointed to die. Open your mouth, judge righteously, and plead the cause of the poor and needy. Who can find a virtuous wife? For her worth is far above rubies. The heart of her husband safely trusts her, so he will have no lack of gain. She does him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seeks wool and flax and willingly works with her hands. She is like the merchant ships. She brings her food from afar. She also rises while it is yet night and provides food for her household and a portion for her maidservants. She considers a field and buys it. From her profit she plants a vineyard. She girds herself with strength and strengthens her arms. She perceives that her merchandise is good and her lamp does not go out by night. She stretches out her hands to the distaff, and her hand holds the spindle. She extends her hand to the poor, yes, she reaches out her hands to the needy. She is not afraid of snow for her household, for all her household is clothed with scarlet. She makes tapestry for herself, her clothing is fine linen and purple. Her husband is known in the gates, when he sits among the elders of the land. She makes linen garments and sells them, and supplies sashes for the merchants. Strength and honor are her clothing. She shall rejoice in time to come. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and on her tongue is the law of kindness. She watches over the ways of her household, and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children rise up and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praises her. Many daughters have done well, but you excel them all. Charm is deceitful, and beauty is passing, but a woman who fears the Lord, she shall be praised. Give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. Proverbs 31, 8 and 9 says, Open your mouth for the speechless, in the cause of all who are appointed to die. Open your mouth, judge righteously, and plead the cause of the poor and needy. Well, we have an opportunity, and even more than that, we have the responsibility to speak up for those who are unable to. I think we've all seen examples on TV, whether it's a fictional event or a real event. We've seen times where judges are bribed to let someone who is rich or someone who has power out of their crimes. And they always make a big spectacle on it, on the media, on the news, about any of these groups. Anybody who's got lots of power, who's got lots of fame, that's standing before a judge, there's always the highlight is on who it is that's defending them, or who it is that's prosecuting them, whatever's going on in that. Well, I wonder, who is it that stands for the poor and needy? So here we have the rich person who's standing for them, but who stands for the poor and needy? And here we're instructed in Proverbs, we need to stand up for what is right, regardless of who it is. And the Lord sets different people and authority figures over our lives in order to help us, and he does that in civil government. Government was created by God. It wasn't a creation by man. It was created by God. Created so that God's arm could stretch down to the people and be able to govern the people fairly, be able to help them fairly. And we see this in civil government. And regardless of what figure you are, what authority figure you are in civil government, whether you're a police officer, or whether you're a prosecutor, whether you're a lawyer or a judge, whether you're a mayor, whether you're a governor, you all have to answer to the people. And you're all there in order to help guide and lead the people fairly across the board. We should all be, those in an authority figure should all be leading people fairly. No one should be looking at one person because they have more money, or because of their ethnicity, or because of their gender, or because of their power, or by any other means. No one should look at one person over another and consider one person more important over another. We should all be leading as we continue to lead across the board fairly for each person. We shouldn't show favoritism to one over the other, but we should be fair in all of our leading. And this is what we would want people to do for us, and what we would hope that we would do the same for others. And it's important for us to do the right thing and to consider diligently what situation that everyone is going through. And as we consider that diligently, we need to govern, and we need to help, and we need to lead through each situation, but through each situation fairly, not giving one person too much kudos or too much favor over someone else. We need to make sure that the poor and needy have someone that can stand for them and can do what's right for them, not just base it all on who has money and who has power and who doesn't, but be even across the board. And this is a great instruction for us in our lives, that even as we're thinking about how to vote, and even how to vote locally, who do we vote for? Consider first voting for the person that is shown through their life that they're willing to stand up for everyone, not just the wealthy, but that they're willing to stand up and help those who are both the poor and the needy. Well, I hope that our time through Proverbs this month has been a blessing to you. I know it's been a blessing to me. I've learned many new things. And I hope you'll come back next month. We're going to be going through God's creation and looking at all of the blessings and the promises, or many of the blessings and promises through the book of Genesis that God has given us through his creation. God has wonderful promises that we can attach through the book of Genesis, and I hope and pray you'll come back and that will be a blessing to you. Well, have a great day. God bless.